Good morning, everyone. It's October 16th. I'm Eric. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. All right. As you can see, I'm here at the Free Thought Project, and I have some video here. I guess let's just get started here. The first one we're going to cover here is this one. All right. Anyway, a girl who was bullied at school was arrested, charged with a felony, and is facing time behind bars for pointing her fingers at classmates. And this took place in Overland Park, Kansas. A 12-year-old girl has recently found herself entangled within the police state after she made a poor but innocent decision to shape her fingers like a gun and point them at students. And this case is now highlighting a serious problem within America's educational system and the police state. So, last month, a classmate jokingly asked the 12-year-old girl if she could kill 5 people in the class, who would they be? The girl then reportedly shaped her fingers like a gun, pointed at 4 other students before pretending to shoot herself. And if you're bullied at school, life can literally be hell for you. And if you're a white person among many, many minorities, if you're the minority in the school, that could be even more hellish. But it was not a great decision, but she is a child. And we all know children don't make the greatest decisions. Hell, most adults don't either. But in the land of the free, you can now be charged with a felony for simply doing that. Free, right? And it's not a good thing to threaten to kill people, and it's not okay. But in today's climate of mass shootings and having to deal with potential threats to school, anytime a child or adult alike threatens to harm others, this should be taken seriously. But she really didn't threaten to harm others. She simply answered a question that was asked of her. And I'm willing to bet that, them 4 kids were among the top ones bullying her. But in America, you should not be taken to jail for simply pointing your fingers, but we are. And children are. So let me go ahead and move on to the next one. All right. A little girl fell at a trampoline park, which would set off a series of police state events leading to a horrifying forced sexual assault exam by police. This happened in Mountain View, California. Madeline Lawther, 5, was on a play date with friends at a trampoline park earlier this year when she took a spill and fell on large knotted rope. That fall would then set off a series of events that would lead to a living nightmare for the girl and her parents. 5 years old. She was crying. She went to the foam pit and continued to play with her friends. and she was crying, holding her private area, said Madeline's mother, Danielle. When Danielle got home, she checked her daughter's private area and saw a minor scrape, and then she called the pediatrician for advice. The injury was so minor, however, that it required very little attention. I mean, we kept checking it. I washed it, I bathed her, but it was kind of like a non-issue after that, Danielle said. Doug, Madeline's father, said by the end of the day there was no bleeding. It seemed like a full recovery. The incident was over, and on Monday Madeline returned to school as normal. Madeline, like any child would do, then told her teacher about the injury. In a childlike manner, Madeline told the teacher that her vagina was bleeding. Instead of calling the girl's parents, however, the school called Child Protective Services, who then showed up with the police to the Lawther residence, beating on the door. They all just came into the house, and I was just kind of like pushed to the side, said the mother. Once inside, according to a recent lawsuit filed by the family, police officers Mark Porter Mason, I can't pronounce it, I'm not even going to try. Just leave it at the officers, okay? When these people came to the door, they should have told the mother, by law, why they were there, what the claim was. Bob Powell, the Lawther's attorney, said, but they did not. Basically, they trampled this family and their rights over an innocent injury acquired at a trampoline park. I mean, who the fuck is CPS to be investigating these things when they themselves are guilty of child molesting, child trafficking, child abuse? The same with the police. They have no business investigating these things when they are what they are investigating. So, let's move on. Okay. A mentally ill man was reportedly shot in the back by police as he fled on foot and trying to steal a box of eggs and some chicken. And a lot of the die-hard Law and Order faggots out there would say, well, he got what he deserved. He was stealing. Well, number one, he is mentally ill. Number two, a person shouldn't get shot in the back for stealing eggs and chicken. He was hungry. He was hungry. Okay? So don't even say that shit to me. But this happened in Ethel, Louisiana. A mentally ill man was killed this week as he ran from police after allegedly stealing a box of eggs and raw chicken, according to the man's family. Wouldn't you say that's, overreaction? Early Monday morning, Christopher Whitfield, 31, was gunned down by an East Feliciana Parish Sheriff's deputy who has yet to be named. He was running from the police when he was shot, his family said. He allegedly run away from the gas station with a box of chicken and some eggs before he was killed. Whitfield had reportedly broken into a cooler behind the gas station where he took the items. According to his family, Whitfield struggled with mental illness throughout his short life, although he had previous run-ins with the law According to his family, he was not violent, never carried guns, and didn't pose a danger to law enforcement officers. And I agree with what this individual's grandmother said. She said, I don't think he should have been shot. So that's a overreaction. They shot somebody basically for trying to feed themselves. I know that stealing is not the right thing to do, but it's better than starving. And this guy should have been able to reach out to his family and tell them, hey, I'm hungry, but I digress. Okay, I already did this one. The taxpayers of San Antonio will soon shell out $205,000 after an innocent woman was vaginally searched in public for non-existent drugs. You might recall a few days ago I did a video where a man was given an anal search or rectal search roadside, and basically that's rape, right? And this right here is yet another example of how cops get away with raping people on the side of the road. All right. San Antonio, Texas. A disturbing lawsuit was filed last year in federal court detailing a horrifying nightmare endured by an innocent woman at the hands of San Antonio police. The victim, Natalie D. Sims, had her tampon pulled out by police, who then conducted a vaginal cavity search in public and on video, all to search for non-existent drugs. After learning that the local government has been spending thousands of taxpayer dollars to protect the officers involved, the case may finally be settled for $205,000. I would not settle for that amount. And I would demand that those motherfuckers got fired and charged with rape. That's really all you need to know. They pulled this woman over. They pulled her tampon out and crammed their fingers up her vagina for something that wasn't even there. And this kind of shit happens every single day. Every single day. Let us continue. All right. This one is for all you Trump tards. Just over halfway through his term, Trump has appointed a staggering 281 lobbyists, 4 times more than Obama had in his first 6 years. What a fucking scumbag Donald Trump is, along with the rest of them in Congress and the Senate and Supreme Court, City Council, County Council, police departments, courthouses. They're all fucking scum. Alright. This was originally published by David Moore for ProPublica. And they are a Pulitzer Prize winning investigative newsroom, according to this article. At the halfway mark of President Donald Trump's first term, his administration has hired a lobbyist for every 14 political appointments made, welcoming a total of 281 lobbyists on board. With a combination of weakened rules and loose enforcement easing, the transition to government and back to K Street, Trump's swamp is anything but drained. The number of lobbyists who have served in government jobs is 4 times more than the Obama administration had 6 years into office. 4 times more. A former lobbyist serving Trump are often involved in regulating the industries they worked for. So, you can applaud Dickhead for getting rid of Dickhead Bolton, but he just appointed another fucking swamp creature right after Bolton and has brought in, what was it? 4 times the amount Barack Obama did in 6 years. 6 years. We track the lobbyist as part of an update to Trumptown, our database of political appointees. We've added the names of 639 new staffers with the administration and the financial disclosures of 351 political appointees who have filled different positions over the past year. And we tracked the careers of 338 who departed government during that same period. The full extent of the lobbying industry's influence is hard to measure because federal agencies decline to share details of recusals granted to officials who disclose potential conflicts with their new government roles. Meaning, they're not being transparent. Those numbers should be shared with the public. So, Donald Trump is a lying sack of shit. He has not improved the economy. The economy is still collapsing. In the next year, you can expect massive amounts of layoffs, massive amounts of store closures, and probably food riots. And why do I say that? Simply because the crops up there that were planted late as a result of flooding are now destroyed as a result of early snowing. So there is no grain reserves for next year. That's why food prices are going to skyrocket. If you have an Aldi in your area, you can, if you're poor, you can still prep. Bags of rice are a little over $1. Cans of grits are a little over $1. You can get canned meat there or pouched meat there for a little over $1. If you have not began to prep yet, man, I seriously advise that you take some responsibility and spend some extra money on this food, because in short order, many people will not be able to afford food anymore. And I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. So take the advice or don't. That's up to you. But it will be to your detriment if you do not have food when shit goes down. Other things you might want to consider having is a compound bow, crossbow, excuse me, a rifle, pistol, and shotgun. Ammo for those weapons, and climbing gear, rappelling gear, that kind of stuff. Extra clothes, and coats, jackets, because winter is coming, and that would be a very an opportune time to go ahead and pull a California with the power grid. Anyway, I thought I'd share these things with you, It seems to me that in the last 10 years, the news with these police and their misconduct has gotten more and more disturbing. And people actually worship these guys. They actually think that they are protectors. And I couldn't begin to tell you how fucking stupid that mindset is. Anyway, hope you all have a great day, and until next time, kill the state, live free.